If you want to manifest somebody who has you blocked on all platforms, or if you want to manifest money and you only get paid less than 20K a year, you have to not stay in your comfort zone. You have to understand how to detach from the physical. You have to not be attached to getting it right now in the 3D. You need to get to the point where you are satisfied with seeing the bank numbers in your account up here, getting the text message up here, getting the intimacy up here. Even on those lonely nights, even during the eviction, you can't let that decide your identity. You got to understand something. If you're not the mind, if you're not the body, if you are a God, if you are just an eternal being living in a human experience, then everything that you experience from the faculties of your humanity cannot be truth. Or at the very least, do not have to be classified as truth. The only one who is classifying them as truth is you. The way that this works is if I look at this ocean right now, yeah, I swear I'm in the Atlantic, right? Okay, pond, whatever the fuck you want to call it. If I look at that and I say, okay, this is an ocean in front of me. Yes, that is true in the 3D. Yes, that is true in the physical realm. But if I was to tell myself, okay, actually, I'm in the beach at the Bahamas. You see, even me saying that I was at an ocean was almost like if I'm technically being brazen just by that signal right there, right? But if I was to say that and I don't feel the actual heat of the Bahamas, I don't smell the beauty of the hotel room, I don't see the hot babes on the beach. Even if I don't see that in the 3D realm, if I know that I'm there internally, who's to say that that's not actually the present moment? The only thing that decides that is when you attach to the 3D, to the reality of everything that I feel right now, the lack of intimacy, the lack of worldly pleasures, the things, the materialism that I want to get from that wealth. If I can't feel that right now, if I can't actually drive the Lamborghini and hear the vroom vroom, then I won't believe it until I see it. But define seeing. You can only see up here. So how do you become the one who can be okay with looking at this pond that I just classified as an ocean, right? Because I'm already in Miami, I'm already in Dubai, I'm already in the Bahamas, right? How can I classify that and really believe that I'm there? Well, first of all, stop saying that you got to believe, because even belief is a feeling that is attached to the body. And if you wait till you feel the faith, just like when we were religious and we were trying to become good little Christians, everybody was trying to wait to feel the faith, just to feel that it made sense. But even the scriptures say that faith without works is dead. And the works oftentimes can feel forced, but even you being aware of, oh, I'm forcing it, means that you have this idea that you have to feel in your body that it makes sense. But again, you're not the mind or the body. So how do you get to the point where you can be brazenly impudent, which another word means not giving a fuck, you're in your end? The same way that I'm speaking in this microphone is the same way that when you see that this pond is not the Bahamas, that you're not on the vacation beach, you simply say, well, this physical awareness of the pond where I don't want to be is actually just another parallel universe. Just like in the Avengers when there was all these different universes. There's a Doctor Strange universe, there's Earth 616, there's Earth 18,500,000,002, is the same way that there's separate versions of yourself. There is a version of yourself who is a president. There is a version of yourself who is a rock star. There is a version of yourself who is in prison right now doing 60 to life. And then there's a version of you who is at the Bahamas, who's with the specific person who has the money that they so desire in their bank account. It's up to you which version of yourself you're going to choose. So the way you do it is by simply saying that whatever it is that you see in the 3D that you don't want, you classify that as another version, another separate reality from your true reality. Because you got to understand, we switch different realities throughout the day. If I am in traffic and I'm fucking pissed at the red lights, but I keep telling myself I'm perfect, I'm love, I get everything that I want. You know, Jeff Bezos offs himself because of the money that I have in my bank account. But then I'm over here acting like, oh, if I'm fucking 5 minutes late to work, I'm going to become homeless, right? So if I'm over here reacting to the 3D, instead of saying, oh my gosh, dude, I make so much fucking money. Like, I keep getting green lights, even though I have like a fucking 1 hour wait in traffic. If I say that, I might still experience the pain emotionally in my body of being stressed because fuck, why the hell do I have to wait in this traffic? But if I just simply say that to myself, just like the same way I'm speaking to this microphone, everything is perfect. Everything's unfolding in my favor. If I just say that, then I switch back to the reality, most likely where I'm not worried about being 5 to 10 minutes late to work, or I'm not worried about what if they fucking write me up and I'm fired and that's my third strike, where I know everything is going to be okay. If anything, if they write me up somehow, some way, that write-up can be overturned, and then next thing you know, HR is like, why did you write them up for something stupid? You know, and they ended up being a human resources officer who is actually trying to get your boss fired, and this was the last straw for them, and then you end up getting their job, and then you're like, no, you know what, on second thought, I want to sell the company, and then you fucking become rich, and on top of that, you become a famous fucking fitness trainer, on top of the money that you sold the company for. You just never fucking know how it's going to happen. So stop thinking that you know how it's going to happen. Stop trying to figure out the hows and just become the is. And how do you become the fucking is? By noticing that whenever something is pushed in your face, that you're like, fuck, dude, again, my manifestation isn't working. Again, she hasn't texted me yet. Okay, like specific person. Okay, I know it sucks. Trust me, I've been there where you are telling yourself all these affirmations. Like my SP is so obsessed with me that they have a statue of my face next to their nightstand that they pray to each morning, right? But then you go see them at work and they don't even fucking say hi, right? I've been there, right? But you see, again, you got to understand how this works. That is a physical representation of the past assumptions that you have been recycling over and over again for years. Not just about that specific person. If her name's Sally, it's not just going to reflect what you've been thinking of Sally. It's going to reflect what you've been thinking about yourself since you were in diapers. If when you said goo goo gaga, what you really meant was my life is shit, well, guess what? You will continue to get my life is shit, and that will become an association in your subconscious. And even when you say, I want love, because your only definition of love was the love that you got from your parents, which 90% of my clients usually is crappy love, then guess what? Even when you say, I'm love and perfection and that my SP loves me, you're actually going to get your definition of love, not the actual one that you want. You're not going to get the things that you believe on the conscious level. You're going to get the things that you believe on the subconscious level. That's why it's so important to really understand where you're at internally. That's why it's so important to not attach to the 3D, because the 3D is your conscious awareness, but the 4D oftentimes is the things that you can't feel, that you can't see, and oftentimes are not particularly conscious of. You can still be conscious of the 4D, but if you say, right now, I want my SP, we are married, but all you've seen is divorce ever since you were 10, then when you say me and my SP are married, you're just going to keep reflecting divorce, keep reflecting rejection. If anything, they might not ever go out on a date with you, because your reality is like, well, that's all you know. In the Webster's dictionary, marriage means unity, but in John's dictionary, it means rejection. So when you even say that word, if you don't change your definition, your perception on the 3D, it will give you your definition, not the Webster's dictionary definition. You see, I'm going deep here, guys. Okay? So that's why it's so much easier, rather than to have to do fucking Carl Jungian shadow work, to just not even give a fuck about what you see in the 3D. Because once you detach from the 3D, all those associations that you've had of your past, where your parents were divorced, where they treated you like shit, where you got cheated on in every single relationship by every guy that you were with, by every girl that you were with, that even when you were 10, you could barely afford cable. So this notion of you all of a sudden going from $20K a year to $200 million a year, or at least a $200 million, fucking jackpot. That's not going to make sense if you associate with the 3D. But when you detach from the 3D and you're like, nope, this reflection that I'm seeing in the physical realm is just a mirror of another reality. I'm in the reality where I'm wealthy as fuck, where Elon Musk has me on speed dial, where all my fucking specific people or that specific person is married to me, so much so that I think I need a fucking break from them, right? They worship me so much that they kiss the toilet that I shit in, okay? And that's an extra plus. Add self-pedestalizations, which, by the way, I have as an offer, a membership where I give you customized daily affirmations specifically for your situation. Link is in the description. A lot of people love it because it invokes an emotion. But honest to God, even without self-pedestalizations, you will see shifts when you simply classify the things you don't want as a separate timeline. That way you don't have to worry about going through the deep shadow work dives of the associations that you have with love. When you detach, and when you decide that you are the story that you've been telling yourself during those sessions of affirmations and imaginal acts, or just by you simply saying it just like the way I'm talking in this microphone, then you will be in that reality, and it will only unfold in time in 3D. So if you want to go more in depth on how to be the version of yourself that has those desires, and how to be brazenly impudent and handle the 3D, book a call with me. The links are in the description. Oh, and by the way, guys, I've just started my membership. Now, I've been trying to fix the pricing on there because for some reason it's making it more expensive than it should be. But join now, and in this membership, guys, you're going to get access to videos way before they released. And you're going to have membership-only videos and shorts as well. And more perks to come for that membership. So all the Neil Arthos fans, when you join that membership, I guarantee you're only going to get more content that is only going to benefit your learning and benefit your experience in the God state. So yeah, you want to work with me, links are in the description. I love you guys. Peace.